Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing here on this Tuesday morning? This is Reganelite here. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to Good Morning with Reganelite, with myself, Reganelite, here on Tuesday, the 16th of December at 2025 UK time at 11, just around 11 o'clock UK time. We are dual streaming live on youtube.com/Reganelite and on twitch.tv/Reganelite1 there. Need more coffee, says Rosemary. Yes, can't go wrong with coffee. Although I'm not a coffee person, I'm more of a hot chocolate person, but you know, whatever makes you feel good, makes you feel better, get some more coffee in you if that is what you need there. Good to see you there, Rosemary and Unquiet Badger. I hope you are both doing well, and anybody else who may be lurking in the chats this morning. So very quiet morning this morning here, guys. So for those who are new to this live stream, just a quick reminder here. What we do is we look at today's daily quota. We have a look at see what's happening with the weather over the next couple of days, and then we'll have a look at some of the news. We're going to be looking at UK news specifically here. I just want to remind people, and I'll remind everyone at the end of the show as well, that there will be no live streams tomorrow. There'll be no live streams on Thursday, unless I make a last minute decision to live stream on Thursday evening, which is depending, because I'm going to be away going to be traveling to Manchester tomorrow for a wrestling show, which I'm very excited to go to. So I've never been to Manchester, and it'll be the first time I also meet Lee Korn as well, so I'm very excited for that as well, just for reference. So no Good Morning show, I'm afraid, tomorrow or Thursday, guys. I'm not going to be here, so it is what it is, but I will be back with another Good Morning show on Friday, just for reference here. For those who don't know as well, I did say yesterday that I would be doing this, and you can see right there below on the screen there, if while I'm in this situation of not being able to get super chats or gifted memberships, or any YouTube members currently in the situation, there is, you guys, anyone who is a Patreon paid member or buys me a coffee, your name will get added to the list below here as someone who is supporting me right now during this very annoying period here. I haven't got an update for you guys today, I'm afraid, and I'm not going to be chasing it the next couple of days because I want to enjoy my trip tomorrow and Thursday. So I will be chasing it up on Friday for sure, but I'm not going to be chasing it too much up today in the next couple of days, because I need to get ready for the trip, and I need to make sure that the channel is covered also while I'm away as well. Graham, Benny, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. And Viper Scott, Alison Keir there, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Yes, I do. I actually got a Christmas card for Lee Korn to give as well, believe it or not, because that's how that's the kind of guy that I am. I just wish if stamps wasn't so expensive, I would give a lot more Christmas cards I honestly would give so many more Christmas cards out to people if stamps were not so expensive. Like, honestly, like, it's crazy, you know. And oh, Graham! Hello, Graham. How are you? Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for bringing your viewers over here. Much appreciated. Good. It's good to see you there. I hope you are doing well. I don't know if he's still there, but I will catch up with him at some point. I will catch up with him like after the next couple of days, and if I don't get like the relevant people helping me out, I will turn to Graham or Max to get me to talk to someone from YouTube that can actually help me with the situation there. But it's good to see my friend. I was lurking in there on the Good Morning Brew earlier this morning as well. But yes, Merry Christmas to you too, Graham. Thank you so much. I hope you are doing well. Witchy Goth there, and anybody else from the chat there. I hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, so what did I miss? You haven't missed anything, Indie Duck. You're perfectly fine. Ellie, good to see you there as well. Hope you are doing well. Right, let's get started, guys. So let's start with today's daily quota. Here is today's daily quota. Ooh, here we go, guys. There it is. There it is. I always show them to you guys, as you know, because I don't make them up, as you guys know. So here is today's daily one. And if you want one of your own daily quota, you can get it on the link in the description, www.littlepennythoughts.com, guys, if you guys want one for your own. This one from Thomas Jefferson. May I never get too busy in my own affairs that I fail to respond to the needs of others with kindness and compassion. May I never get too busy in my own affairs that I fail to respond to the needs of others with kindness and compassion. What a lovely quote from Thomas Jefferson there. Very nice one there indeed. Unfortunately, I can't share tomorrow's one because there's no live stream tomorrow, guys. So in the spirit of Christmas, I'm going to share tomorrow's one for you guys because I'm not going to be here, guys. So this is tomorrow's daily quota because I'm not doing the show tomorrow, guys. So here it is. It's an anonymous one as well. I'll just show you what tomorrow's one is. I'll post it in the morning just for reference in case people don't see it as well. Tomorrow's daily quota is: do everything with a good heart and expect nothing in return, and you will never be disappointed. Do everything with a good heart and expect nothing in return, and you will never be disappointed. That's a lovely, lovely quote there for tomorrow. Very nice one. I will share that one across social media for you guys tomorrow morning, early morning, as I make my trip to Manchester tomorrow. It's going to be a long day for me tomorrow, guys. And for those who are just coming in, if you guys don't know, I'm going to Manchester tomorrow for a wrestling show, but I'm also going to be meeting Lee Korn for the first time as well. For those who don't know, myself and Lee Korn, he is kind of what got me going. You know, we had a show together called the Snowflake Show, and then we did for a few years, and you know, he kind of helped give me the confidence to kind of start my own YouTube channel and become a YouTuber in itself. So I'm very excited to meet him tomorrow for the first time there. So it's going to be really, really nice indeed. All right, guys, let's have a look at the weather report. Just for reference anyway, as for those who are new here, we only go about an hour. We don't go longer than an hour, just for reference. We always stop at lunchtime because everybody's hungry, including me. So, hello. Can I have... Thank you. I was about to say. Here is our big, beautiful planet, guys. Here is our big, beautiful planet. If anyone wants to use the same weather app that I'm using here, it is bbc.co.uk/weather map here. I'm using it at the time of today at 6 o'clock here. It's our big, beautiful planet here. Plenty of storms, plenty of snowstorms, plenty of rainstorms, and some dry patches around the planet here. Zooming in a little bit for some of those temperatures. Oof, there it is, guys. We always look at the yellow knife, guys. Look at that, -30. That's cold. That's cold. New York 0, Ottawa 6, San Francisco 11, Miami a very nice, lovely 24 degrees there. Vancouver 9, Mexico City 17 there. And as always, BBC doesn't bother updating the temperatures in South America there. Cape Town 21, Windhoek 23 there. Kinshasa 27, I hope I said that right. Lagos 28 there in parts of Africa there. Over on the other side, Perth 20, Darwin 26, a very nice warm 26 there. Sydney 20, Auckland 16 there. Philippines there, very hot 26 degrees. Tokyo 4, Beijing a very chilly -4 there. New Delhi 12, Tehran 7 there. We got our friends up in Iceland there who, hey, took away the temperature. There we go. A -1 there. Our friends up in Iceland. Murmansk, -8 there. Looks like they got a big snowstorm coming their way as well. And let's have a look at Europe before we go to the UK here. So we got some rain and some showers around in parts of Europe here. But looks like most of Europe is pretty dry, apart from Italy and Spain. Portugal could be feeling the wrath of it. Switzerland there. Madrid 9, Lisbon 3 there. Rome 12 is going to be a very wet day, where our good friend Max Robespierre lives in Italy there. I'm sure he's going to be getting plenty of rainstorms there. Nice 12. Tiaria 9. Budapest 0. Zagreb 1, Vienna 3, Prague 3, Kiev 1, Warsaw 1, Berlin 3 there, Moscow, Chile 2, Riga 3 there, St. Petersburg 4 there, Bern in Switzerland there, a chilly 3 degrees with some snow falling over the mountains of the Swiss Alps there today. And then if we have a look here, Brussels 9 and Paris 10 there respectfully here. Then we come to the UK here today. We got very cold temperatures here. Let me just scroll back a little bit. See, yeah. So these temperatures are staying roughly low all day today. So yeah, Edinburgh 4, Belfast 3, Dublin 4, Manchester 4, Cardiff 4, and London 9 there respectfully there. Viper Scott says Witchy Goth is going live at 6 p.m. tonight. Yep, guys. If you got Yep, do if you haven't, do subscribe to Witchy Goth's YouTube channel and join her tonight at 6 o'clock. No promises that I will join. I'll try to. And also, I believe Graham Hughes and Bowler Hatman with another Geoscopes tonight at 7:30, I believe, as well. So do join them for that as well before Max Robsby will go live at 8:30 tonight as well, just for references there. Moving it into the next day, guys. If we go overnight on Tuesday into the next day there, we can see those temperatures are still remaining very cold there. Overnight, yeah, tonight's going to be very cold. It's going to be very, very cold. Again, you can see overnight these temperatures there are going to be very chilly there. Parts are going to be very cold. Manchester 2, 3, London 3, Dublin and Belfast 8 and 6. Not as cold as the rest of them as the on the mainland of the UK there. Edinburgh is still going to be chilly 5, but we can see there, you can see a big rainstorm is going to be coming in overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning here, you can see. And it's going to pretty much be crashing pretty much over Ireland. It's going to be hitting more first. And then parts of Scotland are going to be feeling it early on Wednesday morning around 9 o'clock there. Parts of Wales are also going to experience that as well. Moving into 12 o'clock midday there, you can see those showers are going to be really coming crashing down as well. Temperatures do start to increase there. We've got some very decent temperatures actually. And Belfast and Dublin 11, 12, not too bad there for December. Edinburgh 9, that's not too bad. Cardiff 9, London 8, Manchester 7. So it's not as bad as it was overnight. So the temperatures will come back up here. If we switch it a bit more further over there, we can see 10, 9, 13 degrees as their temperatures start to warm up there. We can see throughout the day, yeah, sticking around 9 and 10 degrees there over on the Wednesday for tomorrow there. Moving overnight into the evening, we can see that rain is not going anywhere. So it's literally going to be scatter showers in and around the parts. So there'll be times where you'll get a lot of rain. There'll be times where you get no rain. It varies tomorrow. So pretty much, if you don't have a raincoat, take a brolly. If you don't have something, well, you're going to get soaked. So expect rain tomorrow, guys. That's definitely going to be happening. Going overnight onto Wednesday into Thursday morning here midnight, we can see those rains aren't still going away. Still parts of Wales and Midlands of England and parts of Northern England they're going to be experiencing. Looks like most of Scotland aren't going to be experiencing too much rain on Wednesday night there into Thursday morning. And parts of Ireland are also going to be all right there. Moving overnight there early in the morning, you can see temperatures are not going to be too bad. So tomorrow night, overnight, the temperatures aren't going to be as cold as it will be tonight. So you will have a bit warmer temperatures overnight. So you could get away, if you can get away with without the heating on, that's probably one day you can definitely do it. Moving into the next morning here, we can see some snowcast that's going to be dropping and around parts of Scotland there from the looks of it there, as well as some showers here and there. It looks like southern England there is going to be experiencing some rainstorms. They're going to be crashing right across the river there as well. So you can see parts of Ireland also going to be experiencing some weather showers here. But temperatures, London 11, Cardiff 9, Manchester 9, Dublin 7, Belfast 6, Edinburgh 7 respectfully there. Moving into Thursday morning here a bit more, we can see that rain. Looking forward to my travel home on Thursday going through that rainstorm. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Just have to get through it, I'm afraid. Where we can see some of these rainstorms going to be kind of around here. And again, lunchtime, burn a bit more further over. Pretty much going to be rain. Pretty much where I'm going to be on Thursday. If you are around parts of Wales and southern Midlands, England there, you are going to be experiencing a lot of rain. You're also going to be experiencing it in parts of Scotland throughout the day there, as well as some potential potential snow parts as well there. Moving into Thursday evening there, still some of those snow is going to drop, and also going to be a lot of rain dropping around parts of Scotland there. Temperatures are dipping a little bit in some parts there for Thursday evening. Dublin and Belfast 7, 7, Edinburgh 8, Manchester 10, Cardiff 9, London 12 there. But moving just overnight into, I'll have a quick look at overnight there. Just a reminder again, I won't be live again until Friday morning, just for reference there, just to remind everyone. To all the new people, hello everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you all have a lovely day, whatever you guys' plans are there. Veg Pie, MH Kara, Rosemary, Indy Duck, Ellie, Viper Scott, Witchy Goth, Liz Allen there, Amy, I hope I said your name right. Good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. I think Pete Dent Cat, good to see you there as well. I'm pretty sure there was someone else I saw earlier and I didn't mention their name. I can't. There it is, Sarah Davis. Good to see you there. I hope you are doing well as well. Yes, just making sure anybody who says hello, I make sure they catch them there as well. Yeah, so Friday morning, guys, we'll just have a quick look at Friday morning. Yeah, looks like the temperatures going to be 7 on Friday morning. There is what they're forecasting there. Looks like still some of those snowstorms are going to be, snowcasts are still going to be around in parts of Scotland there, so please be aware of that for our friends up north. And there's going to be some bits of showers there. Looks like it's going to be a dry in some parts of the UK there on Friday, with the exception of north of England and parts of Scotland. They're going to be experiencing some showers and some rains here and there. Temperatures are going to come back up there, increase on Friday there. And then they're going to dip again on Friday evening. Yeah, the 7s again, 7s and 8s temperatures there from the looks of it there as we head towards the weekend. And we'll have a look for the weekend ahead on Friday when I come back from my little trip away, guys. And just a reminder for those who don't know, while I'm currently demonetized, if you guys want to financially support me, there's an option to either buy me a coffee or join me on Patreon. And if you do, your name will join the list here down below on this here, guys. So anyone who does either one of them, whether buy me a single coffee or joining on Patreon, just to kind of help me while this trying to get this resolved, guys. If anyone wants to do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Right, guys, we're going to be looking specifically at UK news. We're going to start from the Telegraph, then we're going to look at the Times, Financial Times, the iPaper, the Independent, BBC News, Sky News, and The Guardian. And we'll see how much of this we can cover between now and 12 o'clock. So we're going to start with the Tory graph, the Russian graph, the Reform graph, the Bollocks graph. For those who wonder why I don't do Daily Express and the Daily Mail, they ask too much cookies on my computer, and that's the reason why I don't do that. Reganelite, did you find my coffee? Says Martin Brisks. One moment. Let me actually just check that, Martin. Give me a moment. Let me put... that's one thing I'm supposed to do, is actually have Patreon and Rumble set there, so that if there's any there. Someone bought me blue hearts. When is this? Can I see when this one was? Can it tell me? Is it going to tell me? It's not. No, wait, that's the wrong one. Is that the wrong one? 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. That one. Well, that one. I think you I think I'm pretty sure. No, that's definitely a different one. Yeah, because no, okay, it hasn't gone through on this side here, Martin. Just for reference, there, it hasn't gone through here. It hasn't gone through here from my side here, unless, of course, it hasn't updated. If it hasn't updated, I'm not sure. There, apologies, guys. Just checking. Yeah, I need to keep Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee on, so that if it updates, obviously, then I can add people there. Yeah, for some reason, it hasn't come through here, Martin. I do apologise. I don't know. I'm not sure if. I'm not sure where it is, my friend, but it hasn't appeared there. I do apologise. £5. So I've had 3 supporters. I've had one from Alison Keir, one from Kirsty, and Steve McMahon. I do have 2 different Buy Me a Coffees. I just want to stress that now. And the other one, someone bought me blue hearts. That's the other account there. So it doesn't look like it's appeared there. I'll have to check again. I'm sorry, I can't see it there, my friend. I'll check the emails later. I'll double check the emails later. Because normally it tells me if there's definitely been one through there. But I don't see it there, my friend. I'm sorry. I'll check it again later. Don't do anything at the moment. It might be a bug. It might be a bug on their end. Don't send anything just in case for on your end. Okay. Appreciate, honestly, I appreciate it nonetheless. I really do. Let me have a look. Let's have a look at the Telegraph here. So Ian Dale blames Vince blames Israel for Bondi Beach massacre. Yeah, I do a whole part of what happened in Australia down to Israel and what they've been doing since October the 7th. Well, it goes back before October the 7th, let's be clear about that. What they've been doing in the West Bank, but it's only been enhanced by the atrocities that they've been causing inside Gaza. That's not to take anything away from what Hamas did on October the 7th in any way, shape or form, and we've said this numerous times, but how Israel have responded has been nothing short of horrible. Donald Trump sues the BBC for $10 million. Look, I know some people don't like the BBC and some people want to see it go, but I honestly don't want $10 billion of public funding money going towards Donald Trump. I'd rather not. I'm really angry about this. I really hoped that he would just bugger off and just kind of let it go. As of right now, I don't know what the Prime Minister is going to say on this because he's going to be pressured to defend the BBC. And I think if Keir Starmer doesn't do anything, if he kind of just sits and allows this to go through, I think it's going to make him look really bad, as if he doesn't already look bad, to be fair. Yeah, I'm really not happy about that, guys. I won't be able to open any articles here because they want me to pay for them, which I'm not prepared to do. For the Tory graph here, the Met staff to strike on New Year's Eve. Met police staff to strike. That's we've got the doctor's strike starting tomorrow. That's not very good, guys. Danger to life from heavy rain and flooding. Liverpool parade driver told the police, "I've just ruined my family's life." How anti-Semitism came to haunt Albanese and Australia as well. World news there, 7 killed after private jet crashes in Mexico. Oh my god, that's horrible. Oh, that's terrible. MI6 chief, Putin is dragging out peace negotiations. Yep, we already knew that. China accuses Britain of plot to destabilize Hong Kong. Britain gave up Hong Kong. I'm not sure about that one. The price of peace is increasing, the head of armed forces warns. Israel fury over failure to stop Bondi Beach massacre. I think Israel needs to take a hard look at themselves in the mirror when it comes to that stuff there. Let's have a quick look what they're saying politics-wise. Moment, Labour minister is heckled at a vigil. That's not nice. Labour tell Vince apologise for linking Bondi attacks to Israel. No, thank you. Any other interesting stories here from the Tory graph? MI6 and the forces warn the war is coming. We cannot wait for the economy to prove. It's a Telegraph view. The left's delusion about diversity isn't just naive. It's dangerous, says Michael Deegan. Okay, sure. Yeah, because it's the left that's causing all the problems in the world right now, guys. It's definitely people on the left. Yeah, it's the woke mob that's causing all the problems. Not the people in power, not the people with influence, not the people with the money. No, it's definitely the woke left, right? The West could end up like Lebanon. Oh my God, what nonsense! and that's disrespectful to Lebanon. They've been through a lot as well. Bless them. Yep, we talked about that yesterday on last night's live streams. The public sector, the doctors going on strike. Christmas strike won't kill patients, insists BMA. No, I don't think it will. It will just delay it. I hope not. I just think it will delay a lot of operations that maybe we're planning over the Christmas period for some people. I just hope it doesn't lead. It's possible that it may lead to potential deaths because of certain operations not done at a certain time. I hope that's not the case. I generally mean that, but we won't. We'll see. Thousands of care home residents not vaccinated against the super flu there. Money won't fix the NHS productivity deficit. Money, it's not just money, it's also about the ways the NHS operates as well. And we've got a lot of privatisation within our NHS, which people don't acknowledge enough of, especially the mainstream media there. So let's see what the Times are saying here. Heat pumps are only worthwhile if your house is what? I need closure. Yeah, you get sometimes some of these headlines are really nonsense. Some of these papers there. Jump suspend UK tech deal amid push for trade concessions. The US is said to have put the £31 billion agreement on ice to put pressure on Britain over areas it has refused to seize ground, including agricultural exports. So all this talk about, oh yeah, we got a deal with we got agreements with America. We're changing the terms of the agreement, and it's just like, it's so embarrassing, ridiculous. This is another paper. I can't open any links because they want me to pay for it, which I'm not prepared to do, guys. But we will come to ones we can open soon. Draftless definition of anti-Muslim hostility amid word Islamophobia. The ex-health secretary takes on the national outrage of youth unemployed. And what exactly is he doing to help with the youth unemployment? Is he just writing a piece in Substack about it? Is he just kicking up a fuss on Twitter? Is he going to tweet and moan about it? Or is he actually looking at working with organisations and programs to help people get into work? Instead, is he actually doing those? Answers on a postcard, please. Tax rises were the price of the pandemic support, says Sunak. Taxes are a good thing, Rishi. Did you not know that? Obviously, the wealthy need to be doing that, but obviously you're not aware of that. Starmer appears to admit ill farmers may kill themselves to avoid tax. I don't think Starmer said that, but I could be wrong. You guys, if you guys want to confirm whether he said that, let me know. But I would have thought that would have been front news on everywhere if Starmer said that. I originally supported the inheritance farm tax, but my position has changed on it on the basis that, like, I think you need to hold to avoid this, to pause this tax and consult with the farmers' unions and farmers a lot more directly, and look for a compromise of where we can actually help the most vulnerable farmers out there, while also targeting the ones who are holding a lot of wealth. The UK's dragging its heels over China threat, intelligence watchdog warns. Ousted Oxfam boss attacked MPs for arming Ukraine. Activists chant long live the hours after the Bondi attack. Okay. Sure. They said that. Let's see the front of UK here. Starmer urges junior doctors to push back against indulgence union. Dentists will get extra cash to provide urgent treatment. That's coming on a short video there. Apparently that will not fix the problem, according to some dentists have said. People have said this is not going to fix the problem, just throwing money at the solution. So the idea behind this extra cash incentive is basically, hey, if you guys go and work in the NHS dentistry a bit more, we'll give you more cash if you do so. You work a bit more extra there, is what they're basically trying to do. But it's not. I hope it fixed the problem, but I'm not not convinced on it, if you know. Any other interesting stories? Unemployment's on the rise. This is from the Times. 5.1% we are at, according to them there. So when did it last drop? It dropped on July 2024. We were at 5% in October 2020, and then we were at 8% back in 2012 there. Okay. The last time we were around that percentage was obviously around 5 years ago, but that was during the pandemic. So that's obviously a different category there. But it did drop quite a fair bit after that. London stories here. Tired of choose cable. ... Nonsense there. Scotland, take away a pinch of salt. Private schools, gaming system to get pupils extra exam help. A neo-Nazi mother and daughter facing jail into anti-Semitic post. Well, depends what you said. Don't know what was said, so I can't comment. Scottish politics ignored on UK news TV. Study finds. You don't say. I'm sure my friends in Scotland are going to say, yeah. Christmas home of the year has skiing, mice, and vintage treasuries there, apparently. Royal family, no one cares. Laws banning FGM are harmful and stigmatic, said academics. Chakritras reveals he has been treated for prostate cancer. In all seriousness, I hope he gets through it. Really do. Lives at risks if doctors strike during the flu surge, Marmot says. Too late, they already do that. Rush for jabs as a perfect storm threatens pregnant and vulnerable. Let's hope everyone who can get the jab gets it. Really, really hope so there. So those are some of the stories there from the Times. Let's have a look at the FT, see what they're saying on the front of them here under UK here. So it goes, UK unemployment rate rises to 5.1%. The figures also show a wage growth cooled in the 3 months to October there. On the right here is opinions analysis, and on the left here is the news feeds there. So I normally just read out the news feeds here. So Trump files a £10 billion lawsuit against the BBC, which we've seen already. The UK's National Wealth Fund to prioritise direct investment over third-party funds. Infrastructure Bank revised its strategy to encourage private backing for projects including regional growth and clean energy there. US suspends technology deal with the UK. Yeah, that went well, that deal, didn't it, Kia? Cryptocurrencies, UK watchdog unveils proposal to regulate crypto market. Yeah, I touched on that a bit yesterday on the Yesterday Good Morning show there. Generally hope, yeah, they have the regulations needed there. This then starts production of Leaf EV at Sunderland. Japanese car makers invested £450 million in third generation model there. Star Wars Premiership will not survive this parliament. I will be surprised if they survive this parliament. Generally will. Let's have a look at the front of the FT, see what they've got here, just for reference here. The big read, the Trump back channel, how diplomacy works in Washington. Some of their top stories here, we've seen those two. They got an exclusive here of Mossad chief pushes out after board riff over growth and IPO plans there. Also says that Morrison's loses £17 million at a VAT fight as court rules Rossistic chickens are hot food. Fewer dolls and pencils. Trump struggles to read Americans' cost of living crisis. Yep, might have something to do with his age, as well as many other factors into why he hasn't read that. Iran puts missiles and drones on display in a rare expedition. Oh, the same drones that he's been giving, the same drones they've been giving to Russia. Ah, interesting. They got an exclusive there. Shell mergers, chief departs after CEO blocked bid for BP. Oil falls below $60 a barrel in the hopes of Russia-Ukraine peace deal. Another exclusive from them is Brussels is to give car makers breathing space on the 2030 climate targets there. That's an exclusive from the FT there. Russia will shift forces to NATO border if Ukraine deal struck. Finland warns there. Wall Street rainmakers are scrapped from windfall from Warner Brothers deal. That's the deal that Netflix and Netflix agreed with Warner Brothers, but Paramount are making a hostile bid to try and take that. Generally hope none of those deals go through personally. Global brand sees PE partners to save their China businesses. Australian police probe ISIS, and Philippine links to Bondi government as there as well. Those are some of the stories there from the Financial Times there. Might be able to open some stories here from the iPaper just for reference here, but just want to check something here. No, don't do that. Ask Pete. What's that? Ask Pete. I missed. I've got a notification. Hold on a second. Crimea River, Latrice Sting with joy, says none there. Good to see you, none. Hope you're doing well. No worries, you don't need to apologise for being late, Billy. We all got things going on in our lives. Amy Walker, thank you so much for joining the free membership on Patreon. Much appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Let me just quickly refresh the Buy Me a Coffee, see if it's updated. It has not updated, just for reference there as well. Let's have a look at the iPaper here. Trump's $10 billion BBC lawsuit relies on one massive presumption. They got an analysis piece on that there. Operation Stop Farage, an exclusive from them. Polanski would work with Labour to keep reform out of number 10. Yes, he would, but if it's Keir Starmer, would he work with them? Excuse me, would he work with them still? That's a good question there, because he doesn't want to work with Labour if Keir Starmer's their Prime Minister. He's made that quite clear. I'm self-employed at 45. I don't pay into a pension. Can I rescue my retirement? A reader is not currently setting money aside for a later life and wonders what they need to do to get their plans on track. As someone who is also self-employed, I do I always put a little bit of money aside a month into a private pension, even if it's just a small amount. Yes, I do have. I just think it's really, really important to try and build up a pension pot, even if you're self-employed. I can't stress it enough. Even at no matter what age, you really hate the really important. Don't just rely on the state pension. If you have a private pension, it's beneficial to you. Obviously, if you can afford it. Like, I can understand not everybody can, and everybody's struggling. So I understand it's not easy for everyone to do so. But I really don't put a lot into it. It's very, very little a month. Ministers to consider reforming licence fee in BBC Charter Review. What's taken them so long to do that? Honestly, answers on a postcard. Trump plans for tourists should send a chill through everyone. Yep, it's absolutely insane what Trump's plans are there. More Britons must be ready to fight for their country, said head of UK military. Well, unless we do something about encouraging more people into the military, that's a problem there. We need to solve that. No, you're welcome. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Plane crashes, no medicine, and mass panic. How a Q-Day attack would unfold there. Let's have a quick look at politics here, see what they're saying here. Operation Stop Farage, yep. Don't need that. Striking doctors refuse to delay strikes until January to avoid superflu peak. What else we got here? Go elbows up. Starmer urged to finally go tough on Trump as fears grow for Europe. Jess Phillips warns violence against women's plans will take years to protect victims there. Chief of Staff says Russia wants to attack a NATO country. We saw that yesterday, I'm pretty sure. And those are other opinion pieces there. Union behind the doctor strike accused of offering staff below inflation pay rise. That's what they're stating there. The iPaper are stating that there. Doesn't sound good at all. Let's have a look at the Independent. Let's see what they are saying there. This is front of UK politics. UK dragging its heels over China. Threat intelligence watchdog warns. So it comes amid the ongoing disquiet following the collapse of the Chinese spying case and warning by MI5 the threat poised by the communist state to the UK national security there. The government must stop dragging its heels over whether to add China to the enhanced tier of its threat regime, the Parliamentary Intelligence Watchdog has warned. The ISC is made up of senior MPs and peers, flagged several areas of National Security Act where there are unresolved issues in its annual report. The Foreign Influence Registration Scheme, the FIRS, came into force in July and requires anyone carrying out political influence activities on behalf of foreign powers to register with the government or face a prosecution. Why haven't we arrested Nigel Farage yet? Russia and Iran, allegedly. Iran on an enhanced tier, which requires anyone working for those states to declare any activity, not just political work. Adding China to it would mean people carrying out their work in the UK under Beijing's instructions would need to register with the government. Given the extent of the threat posed by China as identified in the committee's 2023 China report, and particularly that of its interference operations, we are concerned to see the government dragging its heels on this decision, the ISC wrote. The report acknowledges that dexterity is required to balance the tensions between security and prosperity. Yeah, because here's the problem here, is that the UK government obviously wants to protect us from China's insurgents, China threats, and China influence within the UK. But the problem is that, well, at the same time, because we are outside the European Union, because we're outside the single market and customs union, the UK is looking for any kind of good trade deals outside of Europe that can kind of help try to make up some of our GDP loss that we've had, over 4% that we've lost so far since leaving the European Union. And China does have one of the biggest trading markets in the world. And ideally, from the UK's perspective, if they want to so-called grow the economy, they want to have a good trade deal with China. They want to have a good trade deal with the US. And that's kind of playing a part into it there. At the same time, you're kind of hurting us by kind of just turning a blind eye to the very fact that they still haven't decided whether they're going to build this super embassy. I'm personally against it. I don't know why China needs a massive embassy in London. Like, I don't know what's wrong with the one they've got. I think that what they're saying is they want to merge a lot of departments that they got in different parts of London all into one. I think it's my recall is my understanding. But the location is very dodgy. The location is not ideal, shall we say, for a lot of people there. But yeah, it's not good at all. I'll put it that way. Not even Trump whispers Starmer can say to BBC from the president's wrath. Yeah, I look. I think Starmer should stand up to the BBC, for the BBC. I hope he does. I hope he does. I'm worried that he's just going to comment. He's just going to say we'll have to wait and see the details and whatnot. And I think I'm worried he's not going to say anything to criticise the BBC or say anything to criticise Trump, but kind of sit on the fence, which is a weak and spineless prime minister, in my view. Like, you need to take one. I'm worried he's just going to sit on the fence with regards to it. I generally believe he's going to do that. UK held golden age in South Korea relations after trade deal struck. That's great. That's great. We touched on that defections yesterday. Starmer calls on police crackdown on pro-Palestine marches. Why? Prime Minister's official spokesperson said that while free speech is an important right in this country, they can't extend to inherit hatred or harassing others. They're calling for the end of they're calling for an end of conflict in. Do you realise what they're calling for, Keir Starmer? So he's calling for a police crackdown, anti-Semitic chanting and demonstrations, including pro-Palestine marches, saying the government won't tolerate it. They're protesting. The Prime Minister's official spokesperson that while free speech is an important right in this country, can't extend that to incite hatred or harassing others. Saying the police will use their powers more robustly to tackle proliferation of anti-Semitism. This is going down the wrong path. This is going down the wrong path here. You've already arrested so many people over the prescription of prescribing Palestine Action as a terrorist organisation. Like, how much further are you going to be pushing it down the road here? Financial cohesion from Trump says, Hoss pop in there. Good to see you there. Not a penny for the Prezzo Prez. Yeah, it's if I really hope. Yeah, my hope is that it just gets withdrawn. And something goes wrong or whatnot. Like, remember, it's our money. It's going to go straight into Donald Trump's hands. That's because it's state. It's a state official broadcaster, guys. We're going to be paying for that. Yeah, and it comes on the back of what happened in Australia. On Monday, spokesperson for the Jewish security charity warned that violent chants at protests, if they are left unchecked, can easily lead to deadly atrocities like the Bondi Beach attack. I really have to say this. Like, you're so fucking thick that you're not realising the problem that's staring right in the face. The problem is not the pro-Palestine marches. The problem is not them. Like, all these problems, all this anti-Semitic, all this division is being between Palestinians, Muslims, and the Israelis is being led by one country, by one leader alone, by the acts of what he's been doing as Prime Minister of that country since October the 7th, in particular, and that has been Benjamin Netanyahu. And the acts that Israel have been conducting themselves inside Gaza is the reason why we have this situation. And rather than addressing the main root of the problems, you're continuously pointing the finger elsewhere. And it's only going to continue to escalate. It's only going to continue to escalate. If you can keep ignoring like what's happening in the Middle East all you want, but it's not going to change people's views. People have social media now. People get their news online. People see what's going on. We know that people are still dying. You know, it's not. There's a ceasefire, but people are still getting shot at. They're still doing airstrikes. They're still doing drone targeting. We know that's happening still. The footage is online. It's not that hard to find it. And the likes of Al Jazeera, Middle Eastern Eye are on the ground there. They got witnesses there that says these things as well. So it's you're not fooling people. Reform Russia are to axe 68,000 civil service jobs if they win the election next year. Because that's definitely going to fix. That's going to fix all the That's definitely the Quango problems that they keep going on about. Is the civil servants, guys? It's the civil servants that are the fault of everything, right? Because they need a scapegoat. Yeah, for when Reform Russia take over as government, right? They need a scapegoat. That's their scapegoat, the civil servants. And then once they're all gone, they realise that they can't run anything. They can't do anything because they don't actually have people to do things for them. Tory peer urges assessment of root and cause of anti-Semitic violence. I've already said where it is. Threatens another shutdown. Senator Ted Cruz threatens another shutdown unless restrictions on military flights are approved. Eurovision makes announcement about 2026 contest amid numerous boycotts. Hey, as long as Israel are in it, none of us want anything to do with your show. Like, you can't just not do it for Russia and not do it for Israel, mate. Like, I'm just not buying it. Liverpool parade attacker bites off a man's ear in drunken sailor fight. Got about 15 minutes left. We've got a couple more stories we'll look at as well. Row erupts over Oxfam after chief executive been forced out. A major warning issued for Dubai-style chocolate over alleged allergy risk there, apparently. More than half of teachers who work with pupils who are homeless. What? Years without a stable home has made it hard for him to... With pupils who are homeless. Being homeless for so long is depressing and stressful, said Alicia, 47 and from London. First couple of years I didn't realise how much it was affecting my son. Now 14, Alicia's son spends 12 years of his life across 5 different temporary accommodation properties. Many of them riddled with despair, the mother said, with the ceiling collapsing on one. You have moved so far away from my son's school that he couldn't live with me during the school week. It was very disruptive for him. He's very active and likes to get involved in stuff like football training and matches, and sometimes he couldn't do everything he wanted to because we were so far away from his schools and friends. Across the UK, a record 175,000 children are living in temporary accommodation like these places. Alicia and her son experienced 175,000. The worsening issue now means that over half of teachers, 52%, have worked at a school with children who were homeless in the past year. New research by Shelter was found. 52%! Workers working with the teachers union NASUNUWT, the charity has revealed how the ongoing housing crisis is affecting education for hundreds of thousands of children. Growing without a safe and secure home is leading to exhaustion, missing school days, and poor mental health, researchers found in a survey with over 7,000 teachers at state schools in England. And this is only going to increase the burden. This kind of stuff is going to, as I've mentioned in the past, about how it's going to increase the burden on our NHS, increase the burden on our welfare system. And it could also lead to more crime as well, because people will be led down to crime as well. All these things are interlinked, to the cost of living crisis. We need to get these people homes, not temporary homes, like permanent homes. Like, this is why we need more council and social housing more than ever. A small survey carried out by NASUWT found that 3/4 of teachers said that being homeless has led to children performing poorly in assessments or exams, while 9 in 10, 91%, said children experienced homelessness arrived in school tired. Well, yeah, because they're homeless. They don't have a place... The housing emergency is inflating our classrooms and robbing children of their most basic needs of a safe and secure home. Children shouldn't have to try and balance their studies with the horrific experience of homelessness. Teachers are witnessing the same devastating effects of growing up in temporary accommodation on children, and that services see every day. Feeling cut off from and isolated, children are showing up to school exhausted after long commutes from accommodation that is many miles away. This is where we need... I don't know, like, this is where councils need to take into consideration when they're in a temporary... So this is a really important. So councils need to take into consideration when they have parents with children in temporary accommodation, they need to make sure that if they need to move them from that accommodation, that it doesn't result in the child being further away from that school. And if it means that they have to move further away from that school, then you don't move them from that accommodation, you leave them there. That should be the situation. Either move them closer to the school or don't move them from that temporary accommodation until you find an alternative solution for them in this situation. Because it's just not fair on the children. Like, the fact that it's going further and further away is a major problem here. Doge UK sounds like, the civil service cuts, Others are struggling to concentrate while others are dreading another night in a cramped B&B room where they have no space or privacy to study for crucial exams. It's just, And the thing is that, like, to fix this is something that's going to take time, which is, of course, something people don't want to hear. The reality is it's going to take time to fix. It's not something that's going to get fixed overnight. I know people want to see it solved straight away, but... And I honestly don't give a monkey's who's in government when it comes to this issue. It needs to be resolved. It really needs to be resolved here. Speed camera RSCs, thousands of drivers wrongly fined. Oh, are you kidding me? Speed cameras RSC, thousands of drivers wrongly fined. How to check your claim? Officials have said compensation scheme will be set up. Thousands of drivers could have their driving fines cancelled or reversed after a speeding camera fault caused some devices trigger incorrectly. National Highways identify approximately 2,650 cases where a camera has erroneously activated due to a technical issue. It's understood that a software update created the problem. What? The issue affected 10% of motorways and roads in England. National Highway says it's working to implement a solution to it as soon as possible. Okay, I'm just going to say this right here. You should exempt every single car from this update. Every single, around the time of when this update came in to the time that they resolved the issue, every single car that has been issued a fine, they should all be rescinded. Because you're going to have innocent people not knowing about this story. You're going to keep people who have been fined for no fault of their own there. Like that, it's just, you've just got to, you can't have that. It's just not fair on people. Let's have a look and see what the BBC News is saying for us here, guys. Just a reminder, we finished in about 10 minutes. Just for reference here. I will get to the bottom of these leaks, says Starmer. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Unemployment rate there increasing. Bentleys and Scottish Salmon are to benefit from UK-South Korea trade deal there. So, no thanks. Have finalised a trade deal aimed at boosting exports at luxury Bentley cars, Scottish Salmon and Guinness canned in Britain. The government says the agreement with the extension of the current tariff-free deal on most goods and services traded between the countries will support thousands of UK jobs and grow the economy. It marks the fourth trade agreement struck since Labour took office, following deals with the European Union, the US and India. UK's economy growth, the government's top priority, has remained sluggish, and the BBC understands that part of the US agreement regarding technology has stalled. Yep, we know about that. So-called Trump prosperity deal. Yep. The government says the deal secured £150 billion worth of US investment, which said it would create 7,600 jobs, with firms such as Microsoft, Google pledging to spend billions in the UK. It's also sort of strengthened ties on AI, quantum computing, and nuclear power. Yeah, he wants more concessions, basically. Yeah, that's basically what it is there. Doctors on strike, touched that. Furlough not perfect, but prevented mass unemployment, Sunak has said there. He said not all jobs could be saved during the COVID-19 pandemic. The government was able to prevent mass unemployment. Okay, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to slightly agree with Rishi Sunak there. No, we could not. The reality is not every single job could be saved during the pandemic. However, if companies decide to lay people off during the pandemic, what is to stop them doing that, really? What's government to do to stop them doing that apart from what, issuing a fine or something? Like, unfortunately, yeah, the reality is Rishi Sunak wasn't going to be able to save every single job. And I do generally mean this. The furlough scheme was one of the best things that he did during this period. It was one of the best things he did during that period. But I do accept this notion that not all jobs could have been saved. And I know people don't want me to say that in agreement with Rishi Sunak, but I just have to be honest, guys. He said at the time he wasn't going to be able to save every person's job, but he said the government was successful in preventing mass unemployment, and the impact on the pandemic and employment was considerably better than what anyone had forecast in the early stages of the pandemic. Yeah, the furlough scheme saved my situation. It saved my partner's situation. It saved a lot of people's situations. The furlough scheme was a lifesaver for a lot of people. Yes, a lot of people did rip off it as well. I accept that. But the furlough scheme was very, very important. Sunak also said it was not a playbook to deal with the economic shock caused by COVID, with ministers dealing with something that no one had to deal with before. Yeah, I know we get that all the time. Never dealt with it before and all that kind of stuff. We accept that. 4pm was giving evidence to the public inquiry. He said at the outbreak of the crisis, there was an enormous amount of uncertainty, with policymakers and experts unsure of the scale and duration of the virus and how the population would respond to any measures imposed by the government. There was not a toolkit, there was not a playbook that you can pull off the shelf and said this is how you tend to deal with pandemics in the same way. You somewhat have the economic shock or financial shock, he said. Over the past 3 weeks, the inquiry has been divulged into economic response to the pandemic, hearing from former ministers, treasury officials and central bankers. A key finding into the COVID inquiry last month was that the government did not take the virus seriously enough until it was too late, with February 2020 a lost month for action. Yeah, we all said that they did bugger all. They didn't do enough on that there. Fellow scheme wasn't Rishi's idea. Typical. Whose idea was it if it wasn't Rishi Sunak? Honestly, I to be honest, I'm really not fussed whose idea it was. I'm just glad they did it. Generally, I'm just glad they did it. That because so many businesses would have suffered. So many people like myself would have struggled during that period. You know, honestly, like I don't know. I don't know who's responsible, but who overall made the decision. But who made the decision? Obviously Sunak, but whose idea it was. But it really did make a difference to people's livelihoods. Scottish Justice Secretary to face no confidence vote in grooming gangs row there. The whole of society efforts need to deter Russian threat, Armed Forces Chief has said there. Do you know what Tommy Robinson's response to that? He said he said on Twitter with regards to this story, he said, we will not help you. Basically, Tommy Robinson basically implying that that we don't care about the threat from... Basically, he doesn't care about the threat from Russia because he's obviously for them there. Yeah, he actually tweeted that. He responded to a Sky News report on the matter, saying that we won't help, basically. That's why he's making it very, very... Tommy Robinson making himself very, very clear that he firmly stands behind Russia. Children with cancer scammed out of millions of fundraising for their treatment, the BBC finds. What? Oh, it's disturbing content. Okay, I'm not going to share that here, guys. That headline in itself is absolutely horrible. Scam children with cancer. That's terrible. That's bloody horrible. Epstein UK flights had alleged abuse victims on board the BBC investigation there. UK launches a task force to break down barriers for women in technology there. I'm part of Labour's new generation, Welsh FM First Minister says there. UK Chief Rabbi says cousins hid for 15 terrifying minutes in the Bondi attack there. Of course. It was absolutely terrible. Really, really was. Absolutely horrific there. Let's have a look at Sky News. We've still got 2 more left there. Got about 4 minutes left. Clock ticking on Angela Rayner's Working Rights Bill. Just have a quick nose there. The former Deputy Prime Minister's flagship bill has been delayed by peers with just days to go before the Christmas break. Yeah. The Lords are going to... In an outburst at the start of the latest ping-pong between the Lords and Commons says, what's wrong with protecting people from unfair dismissal? We know where the Lords stand on it. Like, just keep ping-ponging it. Like, I know we don't want it delayed, but just keep ping-ponging it. Yeah, you're not going to get it. She wants to get it through before then. Like, don't bow to their pressure. Yeah, what message does this send to the British public when 33 hierarchy peers have tried to defend the government by 24 votes on the manifesto promise on sick pay, for example? Yeah, she's just basically kicking off about it, and I don't blame her. That workers' rights bill needs to get implemented there. These are all stories from yesterday we looked at on yesterday's Good Morning Show. Let's check the front of Sky News there. Obviously the attack there. Liverpool parade attacker sobs in the dock as court hears of victim flesh-eating disease. Rob Ryan to his son was disruptive at Connie O'Brien's party night before the killings there. Yeah, absolutely terrible story there, that is. Absolutely horrible. Out of a job and on benefits why Britain isn't working. BBC issues statement after Trump files $5 billion defamation lawsuit. That's absolutely ridiculous. The US says 8 narco-terrorists killed in strikes on 3 boats in the Pacific. They have no evidence to support this, the US. The US has no evidence to support this, okay? It's just their word. Let's be very clear about that. It is literally their word, okay? Elon Musk winning the space race and looks unstoppable. Elon, where is my moon base? I said I want a moon base. When are you building on the moon? You've got the money, make it happen. When are we building a moon base? We've got a nice space station in orbit. When are we building a moon base? When are we colonizing it? I know everyone keeps talking about Mars, but when are we doing the moon? Answers on a postcard, please. You know, I'd like that to be done before I kick the can. You know, when I was a little kid, I was expecting when I would be an adult that we would have colonized the moon already, but apparently we're a bit slow at doing that, guys. Got about 2 minutes left here. Just have a quick look at you guys in the chat. Nowhere to find a life-alike duck. That's heavy enough, says Indie Duck. There are certain thresholds for companies laying off staff. There's a specific number of layoffs that trigger a government response and input with the company, says Hose Popping. Thank you for that. I appreciate that comment. Thank you for sharing that. Furlough scheme wasn't Rishi's idea. Yeah, I said that already. Sorry. Trump is freezing 31 billion of that money investment as part of a financial cohesion there, as well as speaking to a herd of elephants. Says none there. This happens in low-income Chicago suburbs recently too. Erect speed cameras, even fining for 1 mile over, says Liz Allen there. Hey, I hate that. I hate that so much. Absolutely hate that so much because of a technical glitch as well. How many people are actually told that you may have been fined in error? How often would they tell you that? I mean, obviously they do have a legal obligation to tell them, but do they actually follow up with that? Right, we're running out of time, so let's quickly have a look at the Guardian here. Starmer's communication chief to address cabinet on media strategy overhaul. Alan Miliband launches major UK review into rising activity among young people. Yeah, we saw that already. Europe ready to lead multinational force in Ukraine as part of the US peace deal there. Now about the BBC there. Many Europeans mistakenly think most immigrants are illegal, polls show. That's very concerning indeed. Yeah, when you've got so much information rammed down your throat from the right wing, you do tend to think that, unfortunately. Roasted, the Morrisons loses of 17 million VAT battle over chicken. Nearly 90 flights linked to Epstein come to or from UK airports. That's very scary indeed. And the Culture Secretary considering investigation in Telegraph takeover by Daily Mail owner there as well. Some of the other stories there from The Guardian. Some interesting stories we've had here today. Just before we go, let's just have a quick look and see if anyone has gifted anything today here. Doesn't look like any Buy Me a Coffees, and we did get a new member joining the Patreon there. So thank you again for that. Really appreciate it. So guys, I will not be live again until Friday morning. If I do a live stream on Thursday morning, it will be at short notice. A reminder, there will be short videos dropping tomorrow and Thursday as normal. I have posts that will be a scheduled post, polling post that will drop tomorrow and Thursday as well, just for reference as well. But there'll be no live streams tomorrow. There's no live stream tonight, guys, because I've got to make sure everything is all prepared for my trip tomorrow. And I'll be traveling back Thursday morning. But I want to say massive thank you to everyone who's came along here. Thank you guys for all your comments. Sorry I didn't read them all, but I really appreciate you guys coming here. Like I said, if anyone buys me a coffee or joins the paid Patreon members club, your name will get put down there below, guys. Anyone who financially supports me while I'm currently demonetized. So there is an option to set up a membership on Buy Me a Coffee, but I'm not keen on doing that, if I'm honest, guys, because if people want a reoccurring membership, they can join the Patreon for doing that, guys. Yeah, do check out some other YouTubers. Links are in the description below. You can follow me on other social media, on other platforms as well, down in the description below, such as Twitch, Rumble, TikTok, Instagram. Also on Blue Sky as well. A couple of other links there. There's a Linktree app. You can click that and tells you where them all. We also have a free Discord community as well. If you want to join our Discord community, link for that is below as well for those who are new here as well. Just before I go, just have one last thing to say. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Share this across social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all the links down below. And I thank you all so much for watching. And I hope to catch you all very, very soon.